Morning students, welcome in this online session of Standard 8 English. So I hope you all are fit and fine at home, and I hope also you're revising my lectures and you're watching this all the lectures of all the teachers, and I also wish that you all are understanding our lectures too here. So let's move further. Today's lecture is depending on the remaining part which I started, the remaining lecture which I started of the lesson. First, the best Christmas present in the world. Now this lecture was started into different parts, several parts. In the part 1 and part 2, I made you understand about the characters of the lesson, and I also made you know about the lesson theme, what is the concept of the lesson. Also we studied about that how the creator, means the author, is actually bringing a we can say that a desktop, a rolling desktop from a junk shop. Junk shop means like a garbage shop, or we can say the shop which is consisting all the amount of things which are none of use of anyone, and if you can't afford that kind of thing, then you can buy there and you can get and you can buy the needable things for you. So that's a general thing which I am discussing in this chapter. So let's move further. This is part number 3, as I've written it here, as you have seen also it here, and today we'll move further in this part number 3. But before moving, let me define you what is the concept of story, which I have not defined in the other 2 parts. See, my dear students, don't be confused for that. It's very simple, it's very common and easy also to understand this lesson, which is all about the Christmas present, the Christmas Eve, and which is also all about the memories of someone else, which is generally written inside his letter or the letter box. So I would like to share you one of the basic theory about the lesson in the flow chart, and I have made this whole aerographic view in which you can understand easily who is playing which role, who is writing the letter to whom, and which kind of 2 themes are discussed in this lesson. Also we will talk about, also I'll make you understand about what is the theme of the lesson. The lesson is depending on which kind of story, which kind of theme. So let's check it out here. So we'll start from the creator, okay? Now the story is given by Michel Marc-Parago. Now the character, if you talk about the character, Mr. Marc-Parago is the main character and the creator of the story also, and he himself is playing a role inside the story too here. So we can say that he is buying a high class desk from the market, or you can say from the junk shop. Okay, he's buying that all things from the junk shop. I'm just making a recall to the story to you, my dear students, and also I'm trying to make you understand what is the story all about, which characters are playing the which role, and who is writing letter to whom, what will be the climax of the story too. I'm trying to explain you that all the things, so be focused in this story every day. So if you move further, once again we can say that Mr. Creator, okay, Marc-Parago is finding he has found a letter, okay, he found a letter. Now the letter is written by, see, the letter is composed, or we can say written by Mr. Jim McPherson. Okay, he is the person who is writing the letter. So he's a male person inside that. Now to whom he is writing the letter? He is writing the letter to Connie. She's a girl, or you can say she's a woman in the story. Okay, now Connie is also there, she, as I have compared her. Now who is Mr. Jim McPherson? Who is he? Let's know about that. Mr. McPherson is actually the pioneer of the England Army. Who is he, my dear? He is the pioneer of the England Army. Now how many 2 groups are there? We can say England and the British group are having the warship with them. Some Germans are also there. So if we talk about the story now the story will be going to on an extra level. Okay, so let's start the story. As I've said you in the ancient or in my previous lecture, that how we can say that the Tommies, as I've said you, the Britishers, the Englands, and many more people, okay, how the Tommies and how we can say that the Fritz, the Germans, they all had a good evening together. They had a good Christmas Eve together. So we'll take this story more forward in that same lecture, in that same level here. One side Germans were waving the flag, okay, and one side we can say that they were waving the bottle above this, we can say that, and they were just wishing us Merry Christmas, and Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas. So one side we can say they were calling us, one side we were also going there, and this was a very different scenario. See, this every thought of scene is written by Mr. Macpherson to the Connie, and actually it is read right now in the story by the composer, creator and narrator of the story, whose name is, you can see here, that is the Mark Purago. That's the name here, Mark Purago. So if you go more further, you cannot imagine his telling that. Okay, although altogether the line hours also made lines, man to man walking slowly towards each another. Gray quotes them, I was in the part of this, he was also in the part of this army group as well. In the middle of the war, we were making peace. Means in the middle of the war, they were making peace. It is actually a remarkable thing, because if two people are fighting and somebody is making peace, we should make that peace very appreciable, because it is the only thing which is actually we need, that is we need the peace here. You cannot imagine, dearest Connie is writing the letter, you cannot imagine, dearest Connie, my feeling at the time, what I was feeling when the whole two rival groups were now becoming like the friends in that warship. So he's telling that you cannot imagine, Connie, my feeling as I looked into the eyes of Fritz officer, the German officer, who approached me, hand outstretched. You know the meaning of hand outstretched? Outstretched means they're just asking for the friendship hand. Okay, and outstretched hands, and somehow we can say that okay, they are actually wishing, someone wished me hello, I am Hans Wolf, he said, gripping my hand warmly. Means gripping the hand very warmly, very tightly, and saying, Hans Wolf I am. What about you, my dear sir? देखो, whole of the year they both are fighting with each other, but now today at the day of Christmas, if they are wishing each other very good with the friendly and brotherhoodship, it is very interesting thing. So he is saying that my name is Hans Wolf, what about you, sir? He said, gripping my hand warmly, holding it, I am Dusseldorf. He's just giving his name here. I am Dusseldorf. He's just giving his name. I play the cello in the orchestra. Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy Christmas. Now he's telling that I play a cello. That's like a musical instrument, like a violin. Okay, he's saying, sir, I am this and I'm playing musical instrument in the orchestra, in this army. See, my dear students, in the army doesn't mean that everybody is having the gun and they're shooting everybody. No, no, no. There are the barbers, there are the artisans in the army group also. You'll find some doctors, you'll find some cooks also, chef too, musicians are there, animal trainers are there, many more people are there, other the different categories and the grades are there. So he is actually from, we can say that he is from the orchestra group of the army. So as we move further, we can say that he said that I'm actually playing cello, that's like a violin instrument inside the army group. Sir, what about you? Captain Jim Macpherson, I replied. Yes, I am Captain Jim Macpherson, and Happy Christmas to you, sir, also. Aapko bhi, Merry Christmas, sir. And you too. I am a school teacher from the Dorset in the west of the England. Who am I? I'm a school teacher. I'm teaching this army people also as well. I'm the pioneer of this superintendent army group 2 here. Ah, Dorset, he smiled. I know this place. Oh, I know this place. हाँ, मुझे तो याद था ये place. Yes, yes. I know it's very well. Yeah, ये जगह, this is like man of no land. I remember this place here. We shared my room rations and his excellent sauces too here. Now he is remembering his old thoughts. Who is remembering? The man who came from the other team and the man who gave the name and the work, as I'm working as an orchestra person. So he's telling to Mr. Macpherson that we shared my room we shared my room ration and we were wishing to come here. And we talked. Connie, how we talked. He spoke almost perfect English. Now he's telling that, Connie, you know, my dear Connie. See, Mr. Jim Macpherson somehow is telling to Mrs. Connie. See here, Miss Connie, not Mrs. Connie, Miss Connie. That तुम्हें पता भी है हमने कैसे बात की? We were talking like a very friendly, and he was talking very good English. If I talk about, so he's telling that he was actually speaking very good English, but it was turning into a very marvelous thing also. I was imagining that what a nice thought of belief this man is coming from, and somehow he spoke almost perfect English. He's speaking not a broken English, as he was from the German, he speak the perfect English. So laterally here, but it turned out he had never set foot in the Dorset, and he said that I have never ever visited your place, the Dorset. So somehow I am somehow feeling very better, and I'm feeling very good enough. And so here, never ever been in England too also. He's telling that I have never came to England, my dear sir. So it is very honorable thing to me. He had learned all he knew of English from the school, and from where he learned the English, he actually learned the English from his school. Though he was a German speaker, he was speaking the English here. His favorite writer, he also said about that my favorite writer was Thomas Hardy, as he went more further, and his favorite books were Far From the Madding Crowd. Okay, he's saying that the favorite book I read, the favorite writer is of mine is like Mr. Thomas, and the favorite book is there, Far From the Madding Land, or we can say Far From the Madding Crowd. So he is simply talking with this person. See, two rival groups are sitting together, they are talking at the day of Christmas. So out there in the no man's land, we talk to the Bast Hisba and Gabriel Oak and Sergeant Troy also. He's giving some names to here, that he was talking, like we also talk with other people also there, so we talk. He had a wife and one son also, born just 6 months old. So he's telling that, you know, I'm having a personal life also. I have a little son, a very cute little naughty son. He's very mischievous, and he's only 6 months old. So he actually went more and more talking with Mr. Macpherson, and he was displaying his own life. He was also displaying that how glad he is there to meet this person, how nice he's feeling to meet this person. So if you go more further in the story, my dear, he also had a wife, as he said, and a son too. He was very happy by saying that. So once again I will make you remind here, say Mr. Jim Macpherson is meeting to that person who is from the other field land, and that person is telling all about his wife, son, kids, everything. Okay, and everything is written in the letter by Jim Macpherson to the Connie. And now who is reading the letter? Letter is read by Mr. Mark Pargo. Okay, he is reading the letter. Mark Pargo, he is reading the letter. So you need to understand the story is going into the flashback. So moving further, as Mark Pargo said about this all the things as he read inside the letter, he was also happy. Then someone, I don't know who, brought a football. Then between that both the teams talked, someone brought the football. Now football means, as I've said you, that's like a game. Now there should be a match of football. So grey coats were dumped in the piles to make goalpost. Goalpost means grey people. Grey coat, the other army, went on the goal post while we were hitting coast. We were having the hitting coast. We were kicking, and now we both started to play the football also. I just smiled. He's saying that he was so happy that somebody bought the football, and they both smiled. They had the lunch together, and also cheering, clapping sound emerged into whole of the ground from the no man's land, and clapping, wishing each other good luck. And there was a moment when I noticed our breath mingling into their between breaths also, like we both were breathing together in the same ground, in the same lawn. The both two teams, two different cultural teams, two different army groups, two different people are now becoming the same men from the same land as the brotherhood. See, my dear students, this whole story is depending on the brotherhood, love and relation with the native people. It doesn't mean that you have to hate all people. No, you need to understand that if you are actually a true human being, or if you're actually having a human heart, you need not to hate anyone. We need to make friendship, we need to make brothership also with all of them, and we also accept everybody's friendship if they stretch us the hand, or if they stretch their hand to us. So moving further here, mingling in there between breath, we were also taking the breath, and he saw it was and smile, like he saw that it was too smiling everywhere. I was also smiling as a Jim Macpherson. He said while playing, as he said, Jim Macpherson, your smile is very good, you're smiling very nice here. So no one dies in the football match, no children orphan, no wives become widow. I had perfect cricket, and I had also preferred cricket, and I told him then we all need to play to cricket too here. So while he was playing, what he said, hey Mr. Macpherson, डोंट वरी, ये कोई वॉर नहीं है, यहाँ कोई नहीं मरने वाला है. वी ऑल आर हैप्पी. चलिए खेलते हैं, लेट्स प्ले हियर. सो आई वॉज ऑल्सो, आई मीन्स मिस्टर मैकपर्सन वॉज ऑल्सो very very happy while playing the football match with him here. So I had preferred cricket too. I told him, then we Tommies could be sure of winning. Nobody else probably can win. We laughed at together and also we wrecked the game. Sad to say here. Means somehow we can say that I said that okay, let's play the cricket. Then I will show you. In the football, you may be winning the trophy, but in the cricket, I will show you. So somehow we can say that like we started to play the games and we enjoyed very very much here. So Connie Fritz won. Who won? The Fritz, the Germans group won this match and 2 goals or 2-1. But as a Hans Wolf, if I talk about, generally said our goals was wider than their goals, so it was quite unfair. So we can say that as per Hans Wolf, he was telling that कि यार our goal was wider than your goal. So actually Fritz यानी कि German won the match, but somehow we also won the match. So in this category we can say that, my dear students, this story is all about depending over the lesson where we need to understand that okay, how nicely two people came from different group, came from different mythology, can relate with each other, they can sit together, they can eat together, and also they can forget enmity together and become the friends and the brother also. Moving further, the time came and all too soon, means now the time is coming and all very soon when the game was finished, and if the game was finished means they need to go back to their land. It's a very simple theory here, as I've said you. So the snaps of the rooms and the sausage had long since run out and we knew all it's over. Now everything was about to over. All the game, laughing, giggling, sitting together, eating together. I wished Hans well and told him I hope he would see his family again soon and the fighting would end and we could all go to home also. And he's saying that, okay Hans, I hope you can see your family soon, my dear brother, and I hope the war between us will be also ending very very soon, and I hope you will see your son also very soon here. So we can understand, my dear students, in this lecture that the story is actually depending on the theory in which we can say that a team or a group of the two rivals are now meeting as a friends and they both are enjoying also, celebrating also, as well they are trying to mingle their cultural system also for a single day, that is the Christmas Eve, or we can say the best Christmas present. And this whole story is actually read by Mr. Mark Pergo and the letter is written by Jim Macpherson to Connie, which is not reached yet. Connie ko letter abhi tak reach nahi hua. Actually the letter has been read by now Mr. Mark Pergo, which is written by Mr. Jim Macpherson since many years ago. So I'll stop this lecture till here and we'll see the next part of this lecture, and in that lecture I'll make you understand all the basic theories of the lecture. Till then you can keep reading, keep revising, and also you can watch my lecture 1 or 2 to 3 times by repeating so that you can understand very clearly. Also go and watch my other 2 parts of the same lecture where you can understand your ideas and clear your theories too here. Take care, see you soon in the next part.